Very big question. Will both sides ever be on the same page? With us now, GOP strategist John Thomas is here. Democratic strategist Jessica Tarlov and the New York Post's Alicia Maldonado join us. All right, Jessica, so will Democrats ever accept the findings of this report as it is released within the law?
I'm not sure. Jerry Nadler has a different view than John Sale has about this, and he believes that he can subpoena the unredacted version and that a smaller group, maybe the Gang of Eight or the head of the intelligence committees, can be privy to the information that's in there, including the grand jury testimony. So we have yet to see what the official ruling is on that, but when you put up Chuck Schumer versus Mitch McConnell, that's really what this all comes down to, a group of people who trust Bill Barr and a group who don't. I thought it was important also to add that Bill Barr said that he had submitted the summary to the Mueller team saying that they could go over it, and they said, no, go ahead and do it. We're not getting involved in it at this point. So I'm wondering if Doug Collins will be successful in bringing Bob Mueller before the committee to testify himself. I would like to hear from Mueller and from Barr again.
Alicia?
No, I think that Democrats won't really be happy because I think they just want to believe that he's legitimately president, and what we've gotten from the Mueller report is counter to that. And so I don't think we're going to, I think we're going to get, I agree with John, getting what Barr said we'll get in a week. And I don't think that we'll probably get the full story until we get Mueller on the stand, and he's the one who spent 2 years conducting the investigation. He's probably got more answers than the redacted document can give us.
Well, that, of course, is what some members of Congress are calling for now. Doug Collins, the Republican from Georgia, saying to Jerry Nadler, well, get Robert Mueller up there. Let's ask him himself how he came to the findings in this report. I also thought it was really interesting today, John, that William Barr said he asked Robert Mueller if he wanted to see the conclusions he reached. This report that he put out, the 4-page report, Robert Mueller didn't have a look at it beforehand, but he did give him the option.
Yeah, one thing we're seeing today is the Democrats' conspiracy theory keeps unraveling at more we learn about this process. The Democrats thought it was rushed and said, there's no way you could have read the 400-page Mueller report. And then we find out from Bill Barr that actually the DOJ had been working with Mueller's teams for weeks on understanding what was in the report. So that's wrong. We're finding that Barr and his team have been methodical, logical, and quite frankly, on the up and up. I think it's only going to get worse for Democrats as we go. And the other thing that struck me from today, and I welcome Mueller to testify, is that how unflappable Barr was. These guys are pros. This is not a amateur campaign hack coming to get grilled by Congress people. These are seasoned people. We're not going to learn anything more than what Bill Barr was willing to put in print.
You know, during America's Newsroom, Jessica, we were able to bring Ken Starr in the middle of the hearing to get his reaction. His words, this is a by the books law guy, William Barr. Let's let him follow the law. I mean, he said he has his full faith behind him. He was cool, calm, and collected in that hearing room, and he is doing what he can under the law.
There is no doubt that it is better that Bill Barr is up there than Matthew Whitaker. So it's definitely good that the timing of this, that they were able to get Bill Barr in front of any committee before when the Mueller report came out. But to what Ken Starr's opinion of this is, a lot of people don't see Ken Starr as the most upstanding of special prosecutors or investigators or whatever term we're going to use for now.
Bring this to William Barr, because as Mitch McConnell put it, it comes down to whether or not you trust William Barr or you do not. Right now, do Democrats have reason not to trust him?
William Barr came into this job having produced a document, an analysis of the so-called Mueller witch hunt, as President Trump likes to say it, to call it, calling into question the origins of this. He has an expansive view of executive privilege, which is something that also upset Democrats. And then you have his entire record as H.W. Bush's attorney general, which is something that Democrats disagree with. That doesn't necessarily mean that his character is in question here, but Republicans advocate for policies, and a Republican AG is not ever going to be a Democrat's pick. And yes, it's sad that we're past a time where you can get unanimous votes for someone of the other party.
Does it behoove your party to continue with this?
Well, it behooves our party to ask for the document. Now, you can say whatever you want about the collusion part of this or the conspiracy, but we know that Mueller didn't make a decision about obstruction. Bill Barr made that decision. So Democrats wanting to see what the underlying reasons were for Bob Mueller to not make a decision, just lay out the case on either side, that means there is evidence of obstruction of justice.
The trouble you have is, at what point do you just quit and say Mueller ruled, that's that, and get back to messages that voters actually care about.
And Alicia, I want to bring
anything you guys do is going to appear partisan and have no credibility from this point forward. That's the trouble.
So we heard Mitch McConnell's thoughts. You either trust him or you don't. Chuck Schumer then was asked, is William Barr a trustworthy man? Schumer's response was, I'll wait until I see it, referencing the Mueller report release. So either you do or you don't prior to the release, but he says he's going to determine whether he trusts him after the release of the report. He said, but I don't think Barr has conducted in a way that builds trust. Color me dubious that he's going to be fair unless he proves otherwise.
Just playing
what does that mean?
Just playing politics, not being honest about what he believes or not, and what standing by what he previously said. It's just a game of politics as usual.
But I
Last
just
thoughts,
said,
Jessica.
if Loretta Lynch had produced a 4-page summary of a 350-page report, a 2-year investigation into President Obama, and Loretta Lynch had turned over a 4-page summary that the special prosecutor had not looked at and just said, he didn't come to conclusions, but I did, would you guys be sitting here saying, wrap it up, guys, everything's fine?
If we sat around for 2 years holding up Mueller as the gold standard, the end-all be-all, and he ruled in, yeah, I would.
Well, he didn't rule in yet. If we see it, then everyone can go home all happy.
Alicia, John, and Jessica, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
President Trump unloading